Hi, Mike. It's good to see you and see the wonderful maps of Chatham County behind you. We really enjoyed working with you on the competitive position analysis. So how do you plan to use that analysis now that it's in hand?
Well, thank you, Crystal. We really appreciate the work you and your team have done. I think one of the things it's data driven, and in today's environment that we're all in, you really want to not only have give an answer to a question in terms of how you feel and why you think it's the right answer, but having data behind it is fantastic. And I think what the document you provided for us gives us great data to talk about why this continues to be a great location for business and why people ought to consider Chatham County.
So you said there was a lot of data. Did anything stand out as surprising or unexpected in the analysis?
I think it was an especially deep dive into demographics around here that I don't think we had done recently. And so it again establishes us in terms of our proximity to existing workforce and future workforce. It gives us a great tool to use going forward.
So you working on a lot of big projects, just had a nice big housing project announcement too. But what's your top priority for 2024 going to be?
I think 2024, one of the key things we want to do is do a much better job of explaining to the general public who we are and what we do and why what we do is important. Unfortunately, I had a discussion with one of our new board members last week, and that's one of the things in his business that he's been able to help others do. So I'm excited about trying to get to a point where, in economic development, we talk about what we do is basically a 3-paragraph response. And lots of people don't have time to listen to 3 paragraphs. And so if you boil that down to a handful of bullets that somebody can use in line at the grocery store or at church or the civic club, we think that could be helpful to our organization and our plan. The other thing we want to do is make sure people understand things that are happening with the major announcements that we have with VinFast, with Wolfspeed, and the most recently with Disney. I think when people hear about these different announcements, in some cases, they automatically jump to something that maybe is not as positive and actually not correct. So again, we want to make sure that we get the right data points out there for folks to be able to make their own decisions and hopefully help support what we're trying to do.
Well, I look forward to all that messaging coming across the next year. I follow you on social media and really enjoy the content you put out. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this competitive position analysis is going to translate into all that communications work that you're going to do next year. Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you very much, Crystal. Really appreciate what you've done.